This is a Ottergami. It's the Pro version. They do some other versions, but this is the Pro version. It's 150 GSM, so that was the attraction. I bought this in February 2024. I paid $11.99 for it. 192 pages, so divide that in two for the sheets. It's a strange one. It's quite heavy because of the paper, and this paper, it's really strange because it's rougher than most of my other notebooks. The paper's very, very similar to a notebook I bought from Poundland. It's not quite the same. It feels smoother, but the closest one is a book I bought from Poundland, which is almost like a dollar store, but in the UK. But I quite like this because of the 150 GSM paper. I'm using Diamine Writers Blood, which is one of my favourites, and on this occasion I'm using a glass pen. In fact, this is the first time I've experimented with a glass pen in my life. I smoothed it out with some cardboard and a leather belt just to abrade the surface to make it smoother, and I'm quite impressed with the results because it was quite scratchy to start with. And as you can see here, it's actually, it's still scratchy, but the results are very, very good. Very, very similar to perhaps a fine nib. I like it. I wouldn't want to write a journal with it, but for the purposes of testing, it's not bad. I'm really pleased that I tried it. Anyway, 150 GSM. Just draining or do you call it draining? Straining? I'm not sure, but I'm learning about glass pens, and the amount of ink that they can hold is actually quite surprising. I topped it up, as it were, a couple of times when I wrote this, but you could go on forever and ever and ever, but it gradually fades. But you can hear how scratchy it sounds, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm happy with it. I'm not sure the format that this ink and paper will take. I'm just experimenting at the moment. But what I thought was I'd talk a little bit about the book the first time I used it. So here we are. Ottergami, 150 GSM. It's available in the UK and Italy and Germany. It looks like it's, if you look at the website, it says coming soon, and it's going to be a Shopify setup. But it is the Ottergami brand is owned by the Olsen Group here in London. But at the moment it just seems to be available on Amazon. I like the cover. I'm not quite so impressed by the paper. It feels a bit rough to me. But I'm a dyed-in-the-wool user of some smoother paper. But I'll tell you what, this 150 GSM, from a point of view of minimising bleed through and ghosting, there is some ghosting, so let's have a look at that. But there's definitely no bleed through, as you can see. So let's have a close look. A little bit of feathering there, as you can see. It sort of just starts to it starts to feather, as you can see, just a little bit. Not much, but there is a little bit there. But as you can see, it's sort of quite impressive from a point of view of no bleed through, and you've really got to look hard for the ghosting. I'm quite impressed with that, but naturally that's how it's going to be with this massive thickness, 150 GSM. The only thing I'm disappointed with is the paper is quite rough. And there's a little bit of too much glue on some of the pages, so you've got to sort of create a crease and just pull them apart slightly. But that's only on a few pages. Would I be happy with using this as a journal? I don't know, probably not, actually, but as a notebook, it's okay.